Well, hello there, my Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this new moon in Sagittarius to full moon next in Gemini. I am your reader for the moment. Markangelo Lyons, Virgo, 4 planets, Virgo Sun. Professional witch, professional intuitive, and president of DrawingTheCircle Productions since 1998. Spiritual events production, reading classes, spiritual counseling. I've done it all. Apparently, Virgos, we usually do. We are the witchy army knives of the zodiac. And very, very glad to be serving you, my earth sign brother or sister. A couple of things quickly. This is a general read. This is a quickie. Under 20 minutes is a quickie for me. We're just going to take one card from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different decks just to get an overview of what it is that you need to look at, to focus on, to put your intention into. Also with a touch of gratitude, because we obviously are going to be in Thanksgiving and holiday season and all of that. So we'll see if there's a piece of gratitude here. Gratitude being the attitude of increase during a waxing moon, right, from new moon to full moon next. Really good to help build that gratitude and attract in more of that which matches that vibration. In other words, that which you would be grateful or thankful for. We're going to do that. Please remember to breathe. Please check your other signs. As this is general, you know, I do a lot of private reads for people, Facebook Messenger, Skype, even face-to-face. I'll make house calls if it's like, you know, New York or where I live, you know, around here on Long Island. Actually, I'm negotiating opening a reading space on Long Island out in the Riches at Fat Cat Papery. That feels like that's going to go down well. They're opening an event space, so I might be working there as well. I'm having that meeting on Tuesday, which I'll be very happy if that goes through, because I've known Pam, the owner, since high school. What fun. Cool. So yeah, let's see what this this new moonish time brings, shall we? So we're looking at Tuesday, November 26th to Thursday, December 12th. Cool. Let's dive in. Please remember to breathe. Very important. Keeping us in the moment, bringing me on the inhale, everything I need, everything you need, and on the exhale, letting go of whatever's ready to go, but at the same time sharing those blessings of guidance and grace through the invisible airwaves, right? Breathe. We're going to start with the Caroline Myss archetype deck. All the card from the archetype deck, all the decks that I read are in the description box at the bottom. Please go look at my description box. There's ebooks that I wrote. There's all sorts of cool videos in there. Just stuff that I keep adding to as I go along that I think would be truly helpful. So here we go. Breathe. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please, one card in clarity for this Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What do they need to focus on? What is the dominant archetype that they can alchemize from lead to gold for this new moon to full moon next November into December, please? Oh, the Trickster. Looks like you're going to have a little bit of fun here. Now, there is shadow and light in this. I will read this now, as it's the only archetype card hitting the table, and in a way, every other card will help clarify that, although sometimes it just comes in with something completely different. Oh, what do I need read is that. It's just like, give me a quick overview. What do I need, right? When we know that we don't know what we need, we can pretend we do. We can even think we do. We can even know that we do, but still to ask the divine through a divination system, what do I really need, right? Always truly helpful. We may not want to receive it, though. So let's look at the shadow here. Manipulating others through duplicity. Not great, right? Now more than ever, we're seeing that duplicitous behavior, manipulation of others is getting exposed left, right, and center as the fifth dimension continues to anchor through us, calling forth unity consciousness. It's getting harder and harder to lie. The ramifications of lying and duplicity are just, the pressure is building because we just can't get away with it anymore. Our only way through is to live according to our highest virtue, whatever that is, and there will always be a higher understanding of virtue as we go. So, you know, no tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. Everybody's doing the best that they can. But if you are or are dealing with someone who is deliberately manipulating through duplicity, saying one thing, doing another, two-faced, right? Playing a trick. It can't last. It won't stand for much longer. Watch the news. The light attribute here, the gold that you're shooting for, that there's a possibility here for transformation, alchemy, transcending conventions, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. Like perhaps instead of saying, you know what, rather than be duplicitous, rather than be manipulative, I'm going to speak the truth, but I'm going to speak it to you in the most loving way that I possibly can. Even if that means me saying, look, I'm so sorry it is this way, and I'm so sorry that I had to lie, or I'm so sorry you feel like you had to lie, but I know you're lying, and I get we all lie from time to time, but I just can't do this anymore, right? I can't be party to. That's what you need. You need to transcend the stuffy behavior. Even, like, for example, let's say you're at a gathering, right? It's the holidays. And you're in this conversation or in this environment where it's just like in your soul, it's like, get me the fuck out of here. I don't belong here. This is not my scene. This is not my people. These people are fucking toxic, right? Now, you could just right? Play along just to kind of survive it, which we've done for centuries, millennia. Doesn't change anything, right? Or you can transcend the convention, the stuffiness and predictable behavior by saying, you know what? Okay, well, then fine. I hear what you're saying. I don't agree with you, but I'll sit here and listen to you because I'm going to give you... everybody has a right to their opinion, and I'm going to respect what you're saying, but please don't ask me to agree with you when really in my soul... Or the other thing is, you know what? I think I just shit my pants. Gotta go. Get the fuck out of there, right? Just like make a joke, but not at their expense. Break the ice. Break the tension. Pull a trick. Pull a fucking rabbit out of your ass. Hey, Rocky! Want to see me pull a rabbit out of my ass? Again? You have to be of a certain age to get that reference. Let's clarify that trickster archetype with an angel, please. My angels, one card in clarity. For this Taurus collective sun, moon, rising sign trickster, what do they need for this new moon to full moon next? Please, a voice of clarity. My angels, my earth angels, my Urielites. Well, this just came up with the Aries card, the Aries reading as well. The nature, that there's something about your nature here, and you could say that archetypes, if they're part of your nature, meaning they're lifelong, then you're really good sort of at butting heads in some ways, but at the same time, that thing of it's in your nature to perhaps stick to your values, Taurus, second house, life values. It's like, no, I value my own time, my own energy. If this is getting abusive, I will transcend. Where usually what everybody does is just sits there and lets grandpa talk shit. I love you, grandpa, but I love me too. Can't do this. Love ya, but I'll be blessing you from a distance. Because I am not sitting here subjecting to myself or perhaps anybody else in my care to this. You get what I'm saying? That there's a way to do it that's loving. There's a way to do it that is respectful. But if we all knew how to do that, we would be doing it. So there's something in your nature that Taurian either stop or charge. Forget go. You just go straight to charge, right? The running of the bulls. But that you can do this in a way with some finesse, with a little trick, with a little humor, and in a way that's unpredictable without necessarily prostitution whore flipping the Thanksgiving Day table. You feeling me? I mean, this could be in work, this could be in any situation, but over a waxing period, it is in a way about waxing loyalty to your true nature, which is, you know what? I want to be a heart-centered being. I want to acknowledge unity consciousness, that we're all one, and people are only doing to me what was done to them, but do I then return in like kind, or do I return with kindness, with grace, with I love you. I love you. I appreciate where you're coming from. I just don't agree. And I love you and I honor you. I just don't agree. And that's okay, right? Isn't that okay that we don't agree? But that I can love you, that we can hear each other out, like a bit of diplomacy, loving diplomacy. And if they're like, no, you fucking commie pinko bastard, thank you so much, gotta go. I'll be blessing you from afar with a slingshot. A divine, the sacred slingshot of long-term, long-distance blessings. Let's ask the goddess what's going on in your feminine energy now. This is not a twin flame. This is not a soulmate read. This is not a relationship read. This is about what's going on in the world behind your eyes, your divine feminine, your yin, your yinner world. My goddesses, please. One card in clarity for this Taurus collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need to know? What do they need to focus on in their own internal world for this new moon to full moon next? Well, you know, Seven of Cups, which in this deck is jealousy, which I'll come right out and say is not always the meaning of this card. I mean, Seven of Cups in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, right? It's those castles in the sky, and which one? I have all these options. But let's talk about jealousy for a moment, throwing saints into the sea. This card then really does talk about when the fuck is it my turn? When is it my turn to be heard? When is it my turn? When is it my turn to manifest the things that I've been working on? When is it my turn? Now, here's the beauty of jealousy. First of all, it's not necessarily envy, which is the deadly sin of the third eye, which envy literally is like a mental illness. It can make you do the most horrible, toxic things that afterwards you're like, what the fuck did I just do? And it's because you were possessed by the demon envy. Jealousy, not so much. It's like watered down. If you catch it at jealousy and give that angry, frustrated, irritated voice your words, even alone, just like to let it say what it has to say, right? The fuck is it my time? How come that bitch gets that? How come that asshole who's like fucking rude to everybody gets that kind of treatment? And here I am fucking living on crumbs. Well, fuck this shit, right? That's jealousy. But when you love that jealous child of your heart that is burnt out, that is tired, that has worn, that has done his best, you are giving yourself love. A lot of people don't even know that they can give themselves that love. So nurture that child within you and say, honey, everything in divine timing. I know you're sick of hearing that, and it's okay to be sick of hearing that, but I love you. You're important to me. And my nature is to love you. My nature is to work hard. My nature is to want things, particularly Taurus, earth sign, things that they value long term, right? That when a Taurus plants a seed, they are usually willing with that fertile, fixed soil to see it through stage by stage by stage. But there's nothing wrong with having some emotional upset when somebody else has got at least the form of what you want. Remember, you never know the content behind closed doors, what's really going on there, or what they had to go through to get it. You know, you don't know the suffering people have gone through to manifest the things that they want, the things they had to let go of. You just see the external form and it triggers you. You can bless them as well. You can bless them and say, you know what? I don't know what your story is. I know what my story is, and may we both be blessed with what we really want sooner rather than later, but let's take the journey, right? Let's do what is necessary. And it can also mean that you're feeling so many different ways about so many options that to have to choose one or over the other might leave you feeling, in a sense, envious or jealous if you don't take those other choices, right? Kid in a candy store. That's why I told my gods, take away my options. I only want one option, the divine plan moving forward. I'm tired of wasting time dragging my feet on these distractions. You want me with a true lover? Bring him on. I'll do my best. You want me to be single? Fine. I will be single. I will love my heart and heal myself all the way home. You want a little bit of both? That's fine. Open relationship? Fine. But no longer anything dishonorable, right? Same thing in my career. You want me to be, I don't know, rich and famous YouTube star? Fine. Set it up. That's in the divine plan. I'll do it. But you want me to just do it enough so that I can help people and make enough money to get by? That's okay too. Take away my options. I only want the divine plan. That's the Taurus in me, though I have no planets in Taurus. You following? Right? It's more badass. It really is quite badass. Fifth dimensional spiritual ninja witch angel power. You get what I'm saying? Let's ask the gods about your yang, your divine masculine. So please, my gods, one card in clarity for this Taurus collective. Breathe. Sun, moon, rising sign for this new moon to full moon next. What can they focus on in their yang, their action, their outer world, their intellect? What do they need? Well, 5 of Wands. So yeah, we're looking at conflict of will here. We're looking at a battle. This is Jason and the Argonauts in the Mythic Tarot fighting the dragon to get the Golden Fleece. That there has to be conflict. It's really not a hero's journey without conflict, right? Day 1 was given the quest. Day 2 completed the quest. Day 3 took a nap. Not a great hero's journey, right? There has to be the journey, the conflict, the ups and downs, the conflict of will, of should I or should I do this, should not the indecision of it, but in terms of the 5 of Wands, of that real battle. Battle of wills. I want, but they don't want. I don't want, but they want, right? Like, I want the Golden Fleece, they don't want to let it go. That battle of wills going on here. And look, you know, considering it's the holiday season and shopping and all of that stuff, that's a lot of extra stress going on in the outside world, but it is refining your character to what? To transcend it, to do it maybe in a fun way, to sort of be the trickster, the fool in terms of the royal court, where even though there is a fool card in this deck, it's not being foolish. It's about using wisdom in a way to bring levity to things, to pull a trick here and there. Trick. The Masters were going to get half the deck of the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack because they were already divided from those damn twin flame readings. Man, those were a pain in the ass to read. Those are fucking rough, but twin flames are like that. That's alright, I only have to do them once a month. So since the deck was already separated into the problem suit, those are back on the shelf, we're going to pull from the remaining 3 suits, the luck suit, the healing suit, and the grace suit, right? So for what you can focus on, a little piece of gratitude, right? My Masters, please, 1 card in clarity for this Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is it that they can focus on? What is the luck, the healing, or the grace that they can focus on? What do they need to focus on? Perhaps even find some gratitude here for this Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Sorry, Sun, Moon, Rising sign for this new moon to full moon. Next, please, my Masters, what say you? Oh, floating on air, literally floating above it all. What? Transcending it. This is something that you might feel immense gratitude for, right? That if you really act, if you keep your conduct in alignment with your highest virtue that you're aware of, like being loving, like being fun, like not taking it all so damn seriously, like more being the lubricant in the machine than the blockage, right? Just sort of be more fun, more fluid throughout this full moon. You'll really have more fun. And in terms of floating on air, you will meet other people in that altitude as well. It's a good way to meet people of like vibration, which is to sort of play the game. Let's do this. Let's be fun. Yes, there's conflict everywhere. There's traffic, right? Everybody wants to get where they're going to going, but nobody wants anybody in front of them. Nobody wants red lights. Just green light, 24/7. Chaos, right? So it's tricky. So it's in your nature to be a little bit more grounded, to be a little bit more practical, perhaps even to be a bit more loving and patient. Let's get your last card down here. With these Whispers of Love Oracle, one of my favorite new decks to work with. The higher selves of all involved. Please, 1 card for this Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What do they need for this new moon to full moon next? New moon in Sagittarius to full moon in Gemini. Ooh, what is that feeling? Please, 1 card in clarity. Appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love, which is sort of like what I'm feeling here. Look, this 5 of Wands isn't major arcana, it's minor arcana. There might be all sorts of bumps and conflicts in the road. So for you just to stay in the present moment. Now, we know that, right? Find the now, be in the now, be here now, embrace the present moment, accept what is, the whole 9, right? Eckhart Tolle yourself into a fervor of inner peace, should you so choose. But with that trickster card, it's like you kind of get to enjoy it. You get to grow. You get to practice. Now, one thing that's been coming up for me is like if you're dealing with rude people, holiday time, shopping, why, comfort and joy, right? to just kind of silently bless everybody with its opposite. May everyone be blessed with courtesy. May everyone be blessed with kindness. May all beings be blessed with kindness. You can even keep it within yourself. May I be blessed with kindness. May I give myself that kindness that that person can't give me. Eventually, may they be blessed with kindness. Now, I'm a little bit of a verbal ninja. I always make people laugh in public. It's just my nature, right? That's why the people, the cashiers at Stop and Shop wave, come to my aisle, because I'm always a lot of fun, right? A little saucy, never that inappropriate in public. But I know they've had hard days. I'm like, you doing okay, sister? How are your barcodes scanning today? It just makes them laugh, right? It interjects something. It is the trickster archetype, but for me, it's more Hermes and Loki. There's no, shadow involved in there. So to play the game, to see this holiday season, or at least this new moon to full moon next, which, considering it's starting new moon in Sagittarius, very playful, very jovial anyway. So just to put it all together, you're the trickster archetype, and this may very well be part of your nature. But that also, you're dealing with some emotional upset on the inside, perhaps some jealousy, perhaps some, how come these people are such assholes and they get all this money, opportunity, whatever, right? When's it my turn? Well, on the outside, you're going to come into conflict. You're going to have your nose rubbed in that a little bit, particularly about conflicting wills, right? Like what you want and what they want, and how come they have and how come I don't. But there's an ability to transcend this, floating on air, and I really feel like connecting with other people on that higher vibe as well. So you do have to give voice to this jealousy, but gently within the heart, like an angry, frustrated 5-year-old child. Really transcend it that way, be unconventional that way, give it the voice that it needs without, setting other people on fire, without destroying other people's experience, right? There's a healing of the self, and that's why even the higher self says, appreciate this moment. There's an opportunity for love and healing in every situation, and it feels like you might be doing this, as we like to say, on repeat, right? It's like playing the same song over and over until you've got, the words, the rhyme, the meter, the pitch, the song, as it will, mastered. Cool. That's what I see for you. Please do like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Go check out your other signs, and I'm wishing you the very best and the very blessed of this new moon waxing cycle. From 11/26 to 12/12, which I'm sure someone will make a portal about that. Oh, it's the portal of the 12/12. Whatevs. Said the tired 51-year-old Virgo. Cool. Thank you so much for watching. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed. But for now, hail, farewell, and blessed be.